Yeah.
David, today, I was writing out a check in the kitchen, and I looked at Wayne and I said, do you realize that this is gonna be a thing of the past? I said, the only reason we're writing checks right now is because there's baby boomers still living.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time all the baby boomers die out,
They don't even know what a check is.
no, they won't know what a check is. The only reason we have them now is because baby boomers, and there's a lot of them.
Well, I'll tell you this. The other way to keep from getting bad checks, and from somebody stealing your checks, and the way to keep them dropping stealing your card, and they're already experimenting. My dogs have chips in them. So if they get lost,
Yeah.
they can read that chip. There's famous people, their young ones have chips in them. So if they get lost, or somebody steals them, kidnaps them. And there's other places where the military, sometimes instead of having a regular dog tag, they got a chip inserted. Now somebody said, I don't want it to miss the mark of the beast. No, that's not the mark of the beast. That's leading up to the mark of the beast.
It's going to be a high-tech world by the time our grandchildren get up.
Oh,
So
yes.
as we are, I can't imagine what it's going to
Oh, by the time they get our age,
Yeah.
it's like the Jetsons. You got here. Yeah.
How
So,
tall you think Abraham Lincoln was?
he was a tall guy, but how tall was he? How tall was that
Six.
lady?
6 foot. I don't know why.
He was about 6'6", I think,
He's been taller than
He was very tall.
because you've seen pictures of him standing inside of McClellan, and he had a nickname, McClellan, and he could lay his hand on top of his head like a little puppy dog.
Let's see if I can pick this up and pick it up. It'll tell us. No, my phone's not picking it up. But Abraham Lincoln was he was tall. If you look at him and you look at him going through the war or battlefields, you see how tall he is. He was tall and lanky. That's why he grew that beard, is because he looked so skinny that a little girl wrote and said, "You look a whole lot better if you put some whiskers on." And so he put some whiskers on. Yeah. So again, we get taller, and the Bible doesn't say it this way verbally. I mean, it doesn't say these exact words, but it implies it. And my mom used to say it all the time, and I realize it's not even in there, but it does imply it. And then each generation gets wiser and weaker. Because there's kids right now can throw down on some stuff, but some of this new high-tech computers and stuff, and little bitty things can throw down on them. But you give them something simple, nobody was talking about. Yeah, like I was telling somebody the other day, when I went to Fountain, they tried to get me to take CAD, and I was already busy. I said, I don't have time to take CAD. So I used a drawing machine. How many's ever seen a drawing machine? Okay, I had a drawing machine, and I would use the drawing machine, or I would just carry around graph paper in a notebook. And when I would go around, because I was a project engineer along with industrial engineer, I was always doing projects. And so I'd go in this room and say, take this room and put it over here, or take these machines and put them over there. And so I'd go in and I'd figure out where everything was supposed to go and where to wire it up at. And so I would take graph paper, and I would mark it off, and I would take the graph paper and use the graph to know how far to plot everything. And so I'd come in, I could take it, and I could give it to a CAD guy, and I could tell him what everything was. But you know what? Some of those guys, those young interns, looked at me like I lost my mind. Mine is that, and the drawing machine. What's this? Because all they'd ever seen was CAD. And DC can CAD like nobody's business, but DC can also draw, because I taught him how to do that. But still, when you get that CAD will figure out your dimensions for you. It figures out everything. You put names all figured out. And when we come along, we had to figure it all out in our head. Put it down there. All right. The balance of land and water. Verses 8 through 11. This is good stuff. This is so good stuff here. And again, this is 4 ways that God reveals himself. And this is just number 1, through creation. Who shut up the sea behind doors when it burst forth from the womb? When I made the clouds its garment and wrapped it in thick darkness, when I fixed limits for it and set its doors and bars in place, when I said, this far you may come and no farther. Here is where your proof or proud ways like 2 hours to get to one brother, and drove another 2 hours to get to my dad. Then drove back to my brother's house, then drove back the next morning, and then picked him up later on, and drove back and dropped him off, and then went home. So there's been a lot of riding the last couple of days.
Those are phrases, just in case Mom was watching. He was not behind the wheel.
Can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you go ping back there to the Wi-Fi extender? Yeah, I'll show you where the ping was. I'm gonna plug it, just ping it. Y'all heard me say ping. When I was talking one day, I said I got to go ping, and y'all thought I said something else.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, you gonna ping it? All right. So now, let's read this here. And who took charge of the ocean when it gushed forth like a baby from the womb? That was me. I wrapped it in soft clouds and tucked it in safely at night. Then I made a playpen for it, a strong playpen, so it couldn't run loose. This is just another version. And said, stay here, this is your place. Your bowel tantrums are confined to this place. Have you ever ordered morning, get up, told dawn, go to work? Wow. That's crazy. Who shut up the sea with doors when it broke forth and issued out the womb? When I made the clouds the garment of it, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and marked it for my appointed boundary, and set bars and doors, and said, Thus far shall you come, and no farther, and here shall your proud ways be stayed. Have you commanded the morning since your days began, and caused the dawn to know its place? God did. I mean, God knows what's going on. He's got it all, every bit of it, He's got it under control. So now, on the divisions of night and day, again, verse 12. Have you given orders to the morning, or shown the dawn its place? Again, we just read that. Have you commanded the morning since your days began, and caused the dawn to know its place? No. How many here can, I don't even, every time I write about, every paper I've written about the creation since I've been in school, every time, because I don't even in this class, but I've done it in other classes, I always preface it or end it with, none of us were there to see it. You have to take God at His word. You got to. And now, the life and death cycle, verse 17. Have the gates of death been shown to you? Have you gates of the shadow of death? And let's read that one there. Do you know the first thing about death? Do you have one clue regarding death's dark mysteries? I preach a lot of funerals. I do a lot of stuff at hospitals. I've gone from walking older people through to death, including my own wife, and held little babies that were stillborn. Held them with their dad. And I was trained as a chaplain. We had a little shell, a little kit. And not all denominations did this, but some denominations did this. And that was baptizing the baby. It was born dead. And so you take the baby, and it had a little shell, and it had holy water. And you put the holy water, or the sterile water, you poured it in that little shell, and you held the baby. And you baptized the baby, and you poured the shell of water over its forehead. And when you do stuff like that, it does something to you, because you begin to really see how fragile life is, and how you need to live every moment. Every moment. Don't take anything for granted. Nothing for granted. All right. Life and death cycle. Then the seasons and the weather. Have you ever entered the storehouses of the snow, or seen the storehouses of the hail, which I reserve from times of trouble for days of war and battle, which is the way to place where the lightning is dispersed, or the place where the east winds are scattered over the earth? Who cuts a channel for the torrents of rain, and a path for the thunderstorm? Wow, that's some heavy-duty stuff. Have you ever traveled where the snow was made, seen the vault where hell is stockpiled, the arsenals of hell and snow that I keep in readiness for times of trouble and battle and war? Can you find your way to where lightning is launched, to the place from which the wind blows? Who do you suppose carves canyons for downpours of rain, and charts the route of thunderstorms. Wow. That's heavy. Oh, and Abraham Lincoln was 6'4". 6'4".
He was tall.
He was tall, especially in that day and time. He'd have been an NBA player. Now he would have been a point guard. Yeah, he'd be a point guard now. Back in the day, he'd have been a he'd have been a center.
The book, I think, said that the average height during the Civil War was 5'4" to 6".
Oh yeah, you can see it. When you go in the museum, you can see it. I was trying to find this one scripture that I used last night. I want to make sure I can get it here. One scripture I used about creation. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see here. Age of the universe. Okay. Here's what I wrote. I'll read you my paper that I wrote. That's like a little essay that I wrote on creation. Because I had to watch all this stuff, and the doctors and the brains and powers that be were talking about, was it 6 days or was it 6,000 years? Was it 6 days or 6 periods of time? Blah, 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 blah. All kinds of stuff. And I said, I understand what Dr. Hugh Ross was explaining when he came to the creation days, and I can put my head around it, but it is still hard to put my heart around it. I understand that the word day in the first chapter of Genesis has 3 distinct meanings. It means day, another place it means season, another day it means a passage of time. And I understand about the differences between chapter 1 and chapter 2 when it comes to the creation of man. I even heard another so-called Bible scholar say that passage proves that Adam was not the first man. And in parentheses, I put, ugh. I had to help somebody understand Adam was the first man. But, I mean, this is a well-known scholar off of television. Has confused this guy, and I was trying to help him. Here it is. I understand Jeremiah 33, 25 to 26. It says, well, here's God's response. If my covenant with day and night wasn't in working order, if sky and earth weren't functioning the way I set them going, then, but only then, you might think I had disowned the descendants of Jacob and of my servant David, that I wouldn't set up any of David's descendants over to the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But it is, I will give them back everything they lost. The last word is, I will have mercy on them. If you see the world working, the dynamics and the physics, and it doesn't change, then you know, as long as that's working, then I'm still working. And I'll do what I said I'll do. I'll keep my promises.
David, and I don't know where it is, but there's a place in the Bible that says that, is it like one day to the
In
Lord
Peter.
is like 1,000 years
Yes.
or something?
Yeah. It's in Peter.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he says 1 day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years a day. And he's explaining, what he's explaining is eternity. Because in eternity,
But that's not literally, is it?
no, it's talking about eternity. Because in eternity, there's no time.
Uh-huh.
And so, this gives me comfort